See that? I'm just above on the passenger side. There's a spring. Okay, it's a bit rusted. It looks okay. The only problem that I have is we found this on the driveway. So now look on the driver's side. Oh, look at that. So it's actually come off that house and it's meant to sit on this. It does explain why this side is lower than the other side, obviously. So that spring's come completely off its housing. It should be sat in here. So I can order 2 springs, 2 new dampers, and we get those fitted. It's another explanation why the van was so cheap. So the front stabiliser has 2 anti-roll bar drop links, and they come in left and right, so that's left, and that will be right. So I'm going to put the passenger side on first. I had to cut this one off, and I'll probably cut the driver's side one off as well. It's simple, easier, faster, and we put brand new ones on. There's no movement in that, so we're going to cut that nut off. Try the bottom one. Absolutely no movement. We have movement. Okay, let's try the bottom one. When I do take the last 2 bolts out on the damper, the whole assembly is going to drop down, so I've got a couple of bricks here just to support the weight. Hi Anne. hand higher. I'll just pop a screwdriver in there. I'm not going to take it completely off because the damper isn't supported underneath, hence I'm not going to use the windy gun. I can hold it with my right hand, undo that, and then I'll gently let the damper down. You see, there's nothing wrong with it, but because I changed the driver's side, I'm going to change the passenger side. Make sure they're a matching pair. The shock absorbers I bought are CDs, they're quite a cheap version, so for a pair the dampers and the springs came to about £180 including the delivery, so not bad. So take a look. There's your damper. And the spring. So what I'm going to do now is take one of the old dampers and springs, take it apart. The parts I need off of the old damper are the bump stop and this assembly just here. And so what I'm going to use first to take the old spring off are some clamps. Now ordinarily you probably use two, but because these are commercial vehicles and there's a lot of energy stored in these springs, I'm going to use 3, potentially 4. So this will take me a while to set up. So I'll come back to you in a moment. So once that becomes loose, that tells you there's no compression on this bit. And just take note of how this comes off. So there's your, not a locking nut, but it's a very small nut. And that washer came off that way, didn't it? So that went on there. So that assembly is fine, but remember there's a little washer you will need to line up that goes inside here, and inside there are your bearings. So that comes off in one assembly, and there's the bump stop with the gate up. And that's it. So now I'm going to undo these clamps, take it off, and this part, this damper, can be thrown away with that spring. and we'll assemble that new one in the same way. So there's the old spring. Let's just compare it with the new spring. There's some degradation has taken place, hasn't it? So it's lost some of its elasticity. Clearly the new spring is slightly taller. So that's why we do need to do a swap on both sides, new springs on both sides, when you're replacing one spring on either the passenger or the driver's side. You can see how the suspension geometry would change. So here we go, let's assemble. So that's just a travelling nut. I'm going to keep it on there for the time being, and this retaining mechanism is just there to hold it also when it's travelling and being in the packaging, so we'll get rid of that in a moment. What I'm going to do now is put the clamps onto this spring and shorten it so we can put it onto there and reassemble the new damper and spring. That's just about right. What you don't want to do is use your windy gun, screw that right in, and that doesn't rotate. So back it off. That needs to rotate because inside there are some ball bearings. So my gap isn't quite right. So if you see on here, the end of the spring needs to meet that stopper, so I'm going to undo it. Rotate it round. There you go. I've got 3 clamps on, because there's an awful lot of energy being stored in those springs. So take the travelling nut off. I'm just going to put some white grease on it. Don't need it, but it might help protect it from the elements. Show you how I've got it supported underneath in a moment. Let's just get that on. And that nut just finger tight. So it would be easier with two. I just propped it onto that brick first, lifted it up in position, stood another brick underneath. Seems to be fine. Now we can start reassembling. Ine Buttontok channel Torok Yuroshkine. If you like this channel content, please consider liking and subscribing. Thank you.